Hi travelers, we're going to do a quick open reading. We have a full moon in, it's going to be the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn. So you want to look for anywhere, let's say 6 to 7 Sagittarius, because it's going to be moving. But once it moves into Capricorn, it will come in at 0 Capricorn. So for those of you who have your charts, look to see if you have anything at 0 degrees in any sign or any house. What I've done is I'm going to tell you where this new moon is going to fall based upon your sun sign. So if you are an Aries sun, this full moon will be in your 10th house. For Taurus suns, the 9th house. For Gemini suns, the 8th house. For Cancer suns, the 7th house. For Leo, the 6th. For Virgo, the 5th. For Libra, the 4th. For Scorpio, the 2nd. For Capricorn, this will fall in your 1st house, and it's going to fall right by, depending on anything that you have at 0 degrees, your sun. So it's going to be in the same house as your sun. For Aquarius suns, it will be the 12th house, and for Pisces, it'll be the 11th house. Learn what those particular houses, what they represent, and so this could be some things that are going on in that surrounding those particular issues for you. We're gonna do just a quick. I think I've already posted the moon report, and for some reason it says 7 degrees Capricorn. I'm going to make that 7 degrees, 6 to 7 degrees Sagittarius, up to 0 Capricorn. And the reason why is that the moon is about to change signs. It's about to become full, and right now it's sitting at 6 degrees Sagittarius. So it will be changing signs in a couple of days. So anything from 6 degrees, 7 degrees Sagittarius, by tomorrow it'll probably be at 7 or 18. It's the fastest moving body. To 0 Capricorn, okay? And I'm going to change that in the moon report. I will be posting your transit watch today, and putting out your newsletter. I don't think I have a whole lot going on, so I might forego the newsletter this week for this coming week. But do look for the transit watch, and know, website members, that I will be working on the July individual and romance readings to be posted. So just keep checking back. What I like to do is start with the month. So I think this month it was it Gemini or was it Cancer? I can't remember. So it'll probably be Leo. I'm not exactly sure. And what I like to do is get them all posted and then open the gallery. So just kind of bear with me. It is coming, okay? Oh, I have already done the 1-day access for those of you who may be interested. If you want to come in and take a look at the July readings, if you like, you can go ahead and sign up for the newsletter, because I may just announce that. You don't typically get an announcement when the videos have the galleries are posted. Even the regular website members, I haven't figured out a way to notify people for that. So you might want to sign up for the newsletter, and I just may go ahead and send out a newsletter at some point this week to say, hey, the galleries are posted. That way, if you want to come in for the 1-day access, you'll know when you can do it, okay? So let's go ahead and lay these cards down. I am using the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And then we will close this out with a, well, we'll just see. All right, here we go. A quick 9 cards. Actually, no, we're going to do the crossroads spread. 5 of Wands. Ah, the Devil. Well, temptation. And there's our moon. Well, look at that. There's our moon in Capricorn. The Devil represents Saturn, and Saturn rules Capricorn. So there it is. So we're looking at some kind of conflict here, or some kind of change. Most definitely when the moon, when any planet or body hits 0 degrees, it's a change in energy, right? Just keep in mind that the moon is the fastest moving body. So whatever pops up, if anything, around this time, give it a few days before trying to make any decision or reacting in any way. That can be difficult, I know, sometimes. King of Wands. So some of you may be dealing with a Leo male. At the very least, a fire sign male. Here's another Wands, a 2 of Wands. And then a Judgment card. Wow. So 1, 2, 3 major arcana. There's a Pluto issue here. I feel that some of you may be in discussion about something. I don't think this is really a legal issue. 3 of Wands. Whew, it's a lot of fire energy. The Empress. Well, the Tower has come out. Okay. You are being tasked to clue into your intuition. If something has been bugging you or bothering you, do what you can to gather that information. You don't have to tell anybody what you're doing. You don't have to inform anybody what you're doing. But that's what you're being tasked to do at this moment, because something is at the start. What I'm looking at here is this 5 of Wands, and 5s always speak to some kind of change. The change can be come in a very can be an upheaval kind of a thing, fights and arguments. But that energy is designed to have you move through something. 5s always represent a number of change. Most definitely this is going to be occurring for some of you around this full moon. Now, I do sense that for some of you there is this a fire sign male. If not a fire sign male, it is somebody who is quite passionate. Maybe even quite protective in some sense, because I'm looking at this card. Okay, I'm looking at the imagery of it. So this person could also have a fire moon. But there's some discussions here that are going on. This is a breaking of bread. There's a lot of fire around this. Here's the Wands card. All of these Wands cards. The Judgment is a fire sign card. The Tower is a fire energy. And whatever this judgment is, or this discussion, we're looking at a decision that's either settled upon, and that's what I'm getting. It's a decision that we settle. We decide that we're going to go ahead and join forces or be together. Here is this Empress where you, in a sense, what I'm picking up is that you get this idea, or you get this feeling that you have finally arrived in the place that you've always wanted to be. This person gives you that sense or that feeling of arriving, but then the Tower comes. You know, and what I think this is, in one respect, it's a sexual relationship, but it also has one that in a sense allows you to be who you are. But I sense that there's some undercurrent of danger, might even be violence in this. Because the individual themselves, I think, will be overtaken by passions. This is really a male energy coming out of here. This person is going to be overtaken by passion. Now, it ends with this Knight of Swords, which is really quite interesting, the imagery. Now, I think of this, if I'm not mistaken, this card speaks to some type of humiliation, but at the same time, the question becomes is Is this something that you submit yourself to, or is this something that was forced upon you? That's what I'm getting. And look, it's as if the person can't contain themselves. Now, this could just be all out and outright kinky sex, you know, toe curling kind, whatever. And that's fine and dandy too. But I do have a sense of warning for you that this could be the idea of the passions being so great and so powerful. There's this Pluto here, that there is a danger that this could run into something that perhaps you don't recognize. Okay, I don't sense that this is a loss of control on your end, but that on the male's end. This is a highly, highly, highly sexually attractive relationship. It's that intrigue. It is that idea of unspoken things. So I do sense that there's a lot of sexual energy surrounding this. Now I have two twos. The Judgment is a 2. And then these 2 threes. I'm not picking up that this is about excessive flirting. I think this is about flirting. This is with this 2 of coins here in the center. I think this is it's like fire. I keep getting playing with fire. There it is right there in the beginning. See? He's holding that wand, playing with fire. I don't get the sense that this is about, this could be someone maybe watching your activities. And I don't mean that from a stalker perspective, but what I will tell you is that this energy here, this could definitely turn into a stalkerish kind, an obsessive kind of a situation, particularly with this Devil and the Moon. So I am going to warn you that if you choose to enter into this relationship with this person, and I'm not getting that the person themselves are mean or violent or even abusive or perhaps have ever been that way. That's not what I'm picking up. I'm picking up that when the 2 of you get together, the passions will be so intense and so inflamed that this is going to cause this particular male to behave in ways that may not turn out to be the best thing for you. Okay? Now, I have seen sometimes where this is the opposite, where it's not the male who becomes obsessed, but it is you. But it is because this person, the male themselves, there's something about them that causes you to, I don't know. Again, I get this idea of surrender yourself. That's what I get. But in terms of surrendering yourself, there's this element of danger. We see somebody watching. Let me read the meanings of this card here. This is quite interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that. Like, whoa. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards here. Okay? Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. So perhaps this is why this High Priestess has come out. This is the idea. And maybe that card is speaking to me to give this information to you. I don't think this is somebody that you have just met. I think it is here with this Devil energy. It speaks to a bond, but this could be a bond. It's an emotional bond, but it's one that comes out of nowhere. Again, like I said, like maybe you were doing something and the person spotted you. You know, like they spotted you. Maybe you weren't doing that, but they spotted you. And now they mean to have you. Okay? Make no mistake about it. They mean to have you. It says watching. Good luck and happiness are not always and only for ourselves, but can be passed to others, expecting that someone will give them to us in the future. So I say that make no mistake, the person saw you, they want you, okay? And they mean to have you. Make no mistake about this. It is the lure of, is what I'm getting. Eros is a grandiose force, erotic love, that when deviated becomes dangerous as it risks deception, betrayal, or blackmail. I'm telling you, this is some scary stuff. A slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing fecundity. There she is, a fecund female, someone who's very powerful, but in a very sexually erotic kind of way that just makes this person crazy. It is the sound. I'm going to look at that card because I don't get the sound and the evocation. I don't know if this is casting your hopes and wishes and dreams, your sexual wishes and fantasies, speaking them out. Maybe that's what this is. The King of Wands. Commitment is important. The conquest derives from quiet willpower and mutual determination to offer yourselves. That's what I'm saying. I think you have, in effect, kind of put out to this person what it is that you're looking for. This person is willing to provide that to you. But there is an element here of danger, and I would be remiss in not telling you about the possibility. This is the magic of the sliced bread. I don't know if maybe you guys are going to meet dinner, have dinner. It says sharing every bite of food to unite with another person without losing yourself. So that's the discussions, I think. Okay, this is what I'm willing, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. And you, okay, you're listening. This is what I want. This is, so then we come to this point of judgment. And what is judgment but discernment, decision making? It's about making decisions, but having the discernment to do so. This card is called Love at First Sight. Sound changes the level of the spirit. The unexpected bursts forth to transform a stagnant situation. Remember I said that it's like it hasn't happened yet. Here it is. Then suddenly this is where we find ourselves. Wow, this is interesting. Ooh, somebody write me and tell me what this is all about. What am I looking at? The Three of Wands. Hold on. The force of understanding and desire and the craving for nostalgia help to rediscover a feeling you thought you had lost. Now, that idea of nostalgia, remember when I said that it is a kind of a karmic situation, but it's not like anything you've ever encountered before. Or if not you, then this male. Okay? So it's going to evoke and bring up something in this person that is, what I'm picking up is something very primal. And I think that is the idea of what makes it rather dangerous. And I will tell you, Pluto and the moon, those aspects really can bring out obsessive behavior in people and stalkerish behavior in people. So it's not for the faint of heart. So if you have this kind of energy with someone, do not play with that person. Okay? And if it begins to get a bit more than you can handle, then you're going to have to figure out a way to break it off. Do not play with the person. That's a warning. I cannot give it to you strong enough. Here is the Empress. The prerequisite of magic is thought. Once put into action, the idea generates reality. And that's what I'm saying. I think whatever this thing is that you have expressed to this person has set this in motion. And I think it's going to have to play out. And so this is why I think the cards are telling this story. Here's the Tower. Now, let's read this. A dangerous situation, betrayal, deception, or an imminent breakup. Protect yourself from this threat by using all your own resources. I don't know what the hell that means, so I'm going to look at that card. Now, let's take a look at this Knight of Swords. Now, listen. Hunting is an age-old... No, wait, is this the Knight? Yes. Hunting is an age-old sport. The end justifies the means, but today's prey will be tomorrow's hunter, and vice versa. And I kind of think, if I'm not mistaken, what this card is saying is that the person sets out to capture you, but in the end you end up capturing that person. Okay? And that is what is going to create this obsessive energy between the two of you. The sex may be great, off the chain, the hook, yes. But this is a very, very, very tricky situation. So I'm going to look at this Judgment card. I'm going to look at this Tower card. I don't think this has happened yet. I don't think you've either met this person, or for some of you, you may have a date with this individual coming up very soon. Either around this full moon or right after. Okay? Like just maybe a dinner date. Okay? Yeah, let's meet. You know? And the moment you meet, the person is smitten with you. They are taken with you. Everything about you. Oh. The Melancholia, the Stanza, and the Amore. Remember, that's love at first sight. In other words, somebody has been longing, missing, and sighing. They have not had comfort and warmth or communication, maybe even touch. And then suddenly, there it is. You know, you're an adult, supposed to be. This is the kind of relationship that it's either going to change your life positively for the better, or it's going to devolve into something very, very ugly. And it could do so very, very quickly. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm just trying to give you the truth of the situation. But I will tell you this. This is not an accidental meeting. However this plays out, it's not an accident. It starts with the 5. The dilettante. The delirium, stupid actions and stupid behavior. I don't know why my cards are upside down. Donati. This could be some kind of idea of somebody being either wanting to lock this down, or someone who may have a fear of not being able to lock it down. And that causes them to act crazy. That's that obsessive behavior. And the prigione. In a sense, I think in a way this, what's the word I'm trying to find? I just get the sense that the person, this is where they're going to stay. They're chaining themselves to that post, that that, okay? Let's look at this. I think the person would do anything for you. That's the kind of energy that's going to come between the two of you. Or not come between the two of you, that's going to be generated. There's a lot of power and force in this. There's a lot of sexual energy. It's so speedy. Waiting for the ship to come in. Holy shit. The desperate jealousy and excessive attachment to a situation. Look. I don't have a clue what to tell you about this, except to say, once that threshold is crossed, it's going to be very, very difficult to get away from it. And that can be either a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on how mature the two people are, if they can handle this energy. I would say do not be frightened of it, but truly, truly, truly trust your instincts. Okay, trust your instincts. Let me read to you what this card says here. Look at this, the so speedy, the sign, the longing. This could be you pining away for the person. Okay, if you break up, this is that obsessive kind of waiting for that ship. I can't forget it myself. There's that idea, but this could also be the individual. So this literally is the energy that is going to be generated between the two of you based upon sex. Let me look at this high priestess here. Wow, that's interesting. Everything is already written in the book of destiny. The magic procedure requires knowledge and patience while waiting for a change within you. Remember I said it's on a karmic level, but it's not that kind of but it could very well devolve into that, something very, very negative. But it is no accident that you two have crossed paths. It is no accident. This is not an accident. So, there you have it. Let's, wow, that's interesting, to say the least. Thank you, Tarot Magic. Let's take a look at this. Let's pull out one of these Romance Angel cards here. Wow. Now, which way will this go? I don't know. You know, that requires a personal reading. Wow. Isn't that interesting? That zero moon. Excuse me. Are you kidding me? You know how I keep saying to you that this is a karmic situation? It's like you know each other. Okay, but I'm not getting the sense that this is a past life relationship. But it is definitely somebody you know, because the card says reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And this could be the idea that it was somebody who was enamored of you in a past life and didn't get a chance to, hold on now, and did not get a chance to have that relationship with you. And so now The time has come back around. And this person means to make good on what they didn't get in the past life before. You know, it could have to do something with maybe in a past life the person didn't have enough money to impress you, to gain your attention. But now they are going to be willing to offer you everything because they want you. And in one respect, I think it could be, in a sense, good for you, but at the same time, know what you are getting yourself into, because this is going to be something very, very powerful. Make no mistake about this. Make no mistake. Let me put these cards back down the way they were. I'm missing a card. No, I'm not. Make no mistake. This is reconciliation. What's a card? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not getting the sense that this is based purely on sex. The sex is what sparks the whole thing. But this is not about, it's not about sex. It is literally about that idea of merging with somebody, becoming one with that person, and wanting to own and possess that person, becoming one person. And in a way that's good. But at the same time, remember, this card says use all of your own resources. So, you know, use all of your own resources. And resources are just not about finances. Tap into everything that you can bring to bear in this relationship. Reconciliation. This card indicates that an ex-lover may be re-entering your life. The first person you think of is likely who it will be. The purpose of this reconciliation is to achieve healing and closure with respect to your past. You will understand more about yourself and your relationship patterns more clearly. You'll also take responsibility for the role you played in the relationship's drama. And baby, there's some drama coming. Which will free you from the tyranny of unforgiveness. That's what it is. It's like the person, you may have hurt the person so bad in a past life, they're coming back now to possess you, and in a sense they want to hurt you, but they don't know where that's coming from. So this is that thing where it can devolve into something very, very ugly. Reconciliations are ultimately about taking care of unfinished business. This card could also possibly mean making peace with a family member or friend. Each relationship is a sacred learning experience, so be open to the union's lessons and blessings. Ultimately, all healings help your love life and every other part of your world. Well, that's kind of spooky. So that's what I have for you, and I do hope those messages help. And until next time, namaste.